Let's take a look at this graph right here. We're going to try to graph this using all of the things that all of the techniques that I just showed you, okay? We want to graph this parabola right here. Do you guys see it? Can you see it with your eyes? Yes? Good. All right. X plus 3 times x minus 1. Where, you know what? I drew that a little bit here. Where are the x-intercepts? To find the x-intercepts, you set this equation equal to 0. X plus 3 times x minus 1 equals 0. Thus, x equals to what? Negative 3 or perfect. Here's positive 1. And negative 3 is right here. Okay? Second question. Right, I know that that's going to be the shape, but what I don't know is it going to be a parabola that's really shallow like that? Or is it going to be a parabola that's really deep like that? See what I mean? Well, this is where, now in order to figure out how shallow or deep that parabola is, because both of those two parabolas that I showed you fit the criteria of being, going through negative 3 and positive 1, right? So now we're looking for the vertex. We look for that third point that we're talking about, okay? Now the third point, how do I find the x-coordinate of the vertex? Where is that located? By the way, this is 1 and this is negative 3. What is the x-coordinate of the vertex? It's at negative 1. How'd you figure that out? Yeah, negative 1, 3 plus positive 1 is negative 2. Divide that by 2 is negative 1. Boom. You got it. Awesome. So I know the vertex is located at negative 1. Cool? How do I find the y value if I know what the x value is? It's very simple. All you do is you plug that x value back into your original equation and see what it's equal to. So that's negative 1 plus 3 times negative 1 minus 1. You guys see what I did there? I just took my original equation and replaced the x with negative 1 because that's what I want to find out. Okay, so negative 1 plus 3, that's 2. Oh, no, negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. Right? 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. 2 times negative 2. Right. So this would be, so your vertex apparently is located at negative 1 comma negative 4. Does that make sense? This is how we graph these things. So I got to go to 1, 2, 3, 4. Down here is negative 4. So my vertex is located right here at negative 1 comma negative 4. Does that make sense? Jordan, we good? Well, there's one more piece, and actually that's exactly it. We found the x-intercepts. We found the vertex. Technically, we could graph it. There's one more piece of information that you can get. Technically, I could draw it right now. It would probably look something like this. Right? But there is, however, one more piece of information that I really like finding. And that would be the y-intercept. We found this is the x-intercept. What is the y-intercept? So when you find the y-intercept, what do you do? Tejas, you got your hand raised. How do you know? Well, right, you look at the picture and there it is. But what I'm saying is, how do you find it mathematically without drawing a pretty picture? Okay, I agree with you. It is negative 3. Look, if I found the x-intercept, I set the y value equal to 0. Right? If I want to find the y-intercept, this is the same thing we did with x value equal to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite that same equation, this x plus 3 times x minus 1. But instead of having x, I'm going to set it equal to what? I'm going to set it equal to y. No, you just told me what I said to do. I set it equal to? No. If you want to find the y-intercept, you set the x value to what? 0. 0. So I'm going to plug in what for x? Rhymes with exactly what you just said. Not only does it rhyme, it's exactly what you just said. So it's 0 plus 3 times 0 minus 1. Oh, man, that was like pulling teeth. 0 plus 3 is the same as 3. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. 3 times negative 1. Negative 3. So yes, you're right. Answer is negative 3 for the y-intercept. Now, from this equation, you can graph that parabola. What are the steps? You find the x-intercepts. Basically, you set the dang thing equal to 0 and you read off the answer. It's actually really easy. Jordan, you seem to really get that down. You also find the vertex. Vertex is a little bit tougher. To get the vertex, you find the x-coordinate first, which is just in the middle of the intercepts. And then you take the x-coordinate of the vertex and put it into the equation to find the y-coordinate of the vertex. Okay? The last piece of information that you'll want to glean from this is to be able to get the y-intercept. And to do that, it's a very simple process of doing what to the x values? Starts with hero. 0. Starts with z. 0. So what do you do to the x values? You make it 0. You set them equal to 0. And you figure out what that value is. And that will tell you what the y-intercept is. The y-intercept in this case is negative 3. Look, can you see? Negative 3. That's where the thing crossed the y-axis. Does that make sense? Yep. Yeah. Thanks.